At my most recent competition, Washtenaw Summer 2024, I got a 2.30 2x2 PR average. This was PR by 0.36 seconds, but I averaged about 2.1 at home, so this is still not great. So I want to reconstruct these and figure out why it was not that good and how I can do better in the future.
Nice.
Thanks. This is the first scramble. It was a 2.19. The first thing I saw was obviously this block, and the first thing I looked at was blue, and I saw you could do 3 moves and do a pretty good G1, and I pretty much just locked into that. I didn't look at yellow because I saw I had a 1-look solution that I knew was going to be pretty decent, so I just didn't look. But on yellow, you can do 2 moves into U2 and then a pretty nice CLO, which that probably would have been like a 1.8 if I did that. Maybe a little faster, but my solution ended up looking like that, which is okay, but I should have checked both layers.
Eight seconds.
Okay, this is the next scramble. This is the 3.20. The scramble was pretty bad, but the solution I did was like objectively super awful. So I couldn't 1-look anything, and I wasn't comfortable enough to do 2-look G1, so I didn't do either of these solutions. What I did is I did a layer I knew I could finger check fast, and then basically prayed for a good CLO. So I did that as my layer, and then I got a below average CLO. I locked up a lot. It should have been like a 2.7, which still is worse solved, but it was a 3.2. The other thing I could have done, one of the other things is do 4 moves into this EG1, which is pretty nice with no AUF. I remember looking at that, but I couldn't 1-look it for some reason, so I didn't do it. And then the best solution, which is a little hard to see, but it's the best solution in my opinion, is on orange. You can do 4 moves into that EG1, which is really nice, again with no AUF. That solution would have been like a 1.7, but I did not do that. This is the next scramble. Is a 1.19. The solution here is pretty obvious. You could do some other stuff, like the next best thing besides just doing the CLO would be inserting to add swap. You could do that and then you have no AUF. That's probably pretty fast. Or you could just do the CLL, which I did in 1.19. That's a pretty easy case with a UAUF. But it should have been a little faster. It should have been like a 1.0 or 0.9 because my pickup was slow, but I'm still happy with it. It's PR single. Ready?
There it is. 12.
Was 208. Ended up going for a yellow or a white layer. You could do 3 moves into the CG1, but I wasn't confident enough, and I did 1-look that, but I wasn't confident enough in it. So I did a 4-move layer into U2, Sexy Sledge U2, which is like objectively fine. If I would have executed a little better, it could have been slightly better, I guess, but I'm kind of fine with it for this, fine with the time for the solution I did. But here we can learn that it's important to check angles because I did U2, ALG U2, you could do it from a Y2 angle and have no AUFs. And with this, I could have canceled moves too, so I could have, my solution could have been that, and that is much faster. That could have been like a 1.3, and I'd have a counting 1.3, and this average would have been really nice, but I didn't see that.
That's bad.
Hey.
Scramble was pretty bad, but I went for green. I'm actually kind of proud of this solution. If I would have 1-looked it and not turned terribly, it would have been like a 1.7, but this is hard for me to 1-look, so I'm not knocking myself for that. I just think if I would have had the same 2 look with the turning or with better turning, it would have been like a 2.2. So I went for green, EG1 on green. I did that, and then you get this case, which is really nice. But I locked up and 2 looked it, so it was only a 2.6.